Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to have one last game before we hit the hay. And we're back in the Twilight Zone using my original Strat-O-Matic Baseball Card game and set that I bought back in 1984. And our last matchup for the weekend will be the 1962 San Francisco Giants, who won the National League pennant but would lose to the New York Yankees in the World Series, taking on the 1934 Gas House Gang, the St. Louis Cardinals, led by Dizzy Dean. Hello, Jake Cruz, who's in the chat. Hope all is well. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. So let's get to the starting lineups and roll some dice. For the visiting San Francisco Giants, leading off playing second base, Chuck Hiller, 276 with 3 home runs in 1962, followed by the left fielder Harvey Keene, 304 with 10 home runs, would go on to manage later in life the Milwaukee Brewers, Harvey's Wallbangers. Batting third, the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, in center, 304 with 49 dingers. Batting fourth, the Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda, 306, 35 homers. Batting fifth, one of the Alou brothers, Felipe Alou, and he's in right. He had 25 dingers and batted .316. Willie McCovey's the designated hitter, 293, 20 homers. We are playing with a DH for both teams. I don't want to see the pitchers hit. Batting seventh, playing third base, outstanding defensively, Jim Davenport. Also had a pretty good stick, 297, 14 home runs. As Jake Cruz says everything's A-OK, we'd love to hear that. Mr. Utah Mike has jumped in the chat. I saw your comment after I had went offline. Thank you for watching the other game. I greatly appreciate it. How you doing, Mr. Utah Mike? Another good friend of the channel. Big baseball fan. He's a big Yankee fan, but we love him. We love everyone, as long as they're not rude. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Tom Haller, 261, and holy cow, I think that's 18 home runs. I can't tell. These cards are so... Yeah, that's 18. That's not 16. He had 18 home runs. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Jose Pagan, 259 with 7 home runs. For the St. Louis Cardinals of 1934, leading off, playing third base, Pepper Martin, 288 and 5 homers. Batting second, the second baseman, Frankie Frisch, 305 and 3 home runs. Batting third, the first baseman, Rip Collins, 333 and 35 dingers. Batting fourth, I love this name, Ducky Medwick, and he is in left, 319 with 18 home runs. Batting fifth in right field, Jack Rothrock, say that 10 times fast, 284 with 11 dingers. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Bill Delancey, 316 and 13 round trippers. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Virgil Davis, 300 with 9 home runs. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Ernie Orsatti, 300 batting average, no homers. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, Leo the Lip DeRocher, 260 with 3 round trippers. On the mound for the 1962 San Francisco Giants will be Jack Sanford. 24 wins, 7 losses, 3.43 earned run average. And if you've never seen Sanford and Son, you don't know that theme. Towing the rubber for this 1934 Gas House Gang, St. Louis Cardinals, Dizzy Dean, 30 wins, 7 losses, 2.65 earned run average. And here we go, folks. And again, we're going to be playing basic because, again, these are old cards. I don't even know if they have advanced for these now. They probably don't. I don't know. I check. Oh, I have that Strat-O-Matic PC game. I like it. I wish, they'd have a sale once in a while. That's my big complaint. But I don't know if they have these cards or years in advance. Anyway, so we're playing the basic game. And we already played a game between the 27 Yankees and the 1961 Tigers. And let me just say, Lou Gehrig had quite a game. We'll leave it at that. All right, leading things off for the visiting San Francisco Giants. Get the right team here on the sheet. Living My Rhapsody has stopped in just before she goes to bed, she says. And someone wants to say hello and good night to you. It's the white die who has a crush on you. Hello, Elamar. Hello. Sleep tight. You promise to behave? Oh, yes, oh, yes. Well, you're a little out of control last game. I know, I'm okay now. Alrighty. That's the white die. And here we go. Again, leading off, John Hiller, the second baseman. The windup and the pitch from Dizzy Dean. Ball game on its way from St. Louis. And that is a 3-7 off the Hiller card. 3-7. And that's a line shot to the second baseman. And making a wonderful catch is Frankie Frisch, 1 out. So that's a line out to Frisch. Harvey Keene steps to the plate with 1 out, no one on. Dean nods his head. Here's the pitch to Keene. And that is a 1-6 off the Keene card. 1-6 ground ball to third. Pepper Martin's up with it. He throws to Collins at first. 2 down. 5-3. Dean 1 out away for a 1-2-3 inning, but he has to face Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. Delancey wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch to the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. And that is a 4 off the Dean card. It's a 4-3 off the Dizzy Dean card. 4-3, what will it be? Ground ball back to Dean. Knocks it down, picks it up, throws the first side, retired. 1-2-3, go the 62 Giants. As we go to the bottom of the first. White Die Elamar says hello to you. Oh, it's so nice. Oh. Be nice now. I'm always nice. Well. Hello to everyone in the chat. Are you better now? Oh, so good. All right, playing another baseball game. You wanted to play? Yes, I did. All righty, here we go. Sanford will face Martin, Frisch, and Collins. Davenport sets the target. Here's the pitch to Pepper Martin. And the bottom of the first is on its way. That is a 1-6 off the Martin card, Pepper Martin. 1-6 ground ball to the shortstop Pagani. Throws over to Cepeda. 1 away. 6-3. If you're scoring at home. Here comes Frankie Frisch, second baseman for the Gas House Gang. He awaits the Sanford delivery. The pitch is homeward bound, and it is a 1-8. A 1-8 off the first card. 1-8. And Frankie Frisch hits this ball quite well. Oh, I already rolled. Anyway, it's a single. Because a 1 through 4 would have been a triple, but it wasn't a 1 or a... Well, let's just re-roll again. It's a 2, so... It's a triple. We'll give him a triple. I had rolled initially, so I wouldn't have to roll, and I forgot. So we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We re-rolled, because I picked up the thing without looking. And that is a triple. So a 1-out triple, and Frisch stands at third. And I'll bring up Rip Collins, RBI man, first baseman. Giants will give up the run to get the out. Here's the pitch to Collins. And that is a 3-9. Let's not move that die out. 3-9, and that's a single. 1-0 Cardinals as Frankie Frisch jogs in from third. A 1-out RBI single for Collins. And the 34 Gas House gang get off to a quick start. And here comes Ducky Medwick. Sanford nods his head. He rocks and fires to Medwick. And that is a 4-11 off the Sanford card. 4-11 ground ball to first. The only play is to first. Advancing to second with 2 outs now is Collins, as that was a ground ball C. And I'm pretty sure runners advance on that. Let me just double check. Yep. Ground ball C. Runners advance 1 base. Batter is out at first. So that goes 3-1 as Dizzy Dean, as Sanford covered the bag. So 2 outs. Collins at second. He'll be off on contact. And here comes Jack Rothrock, the right fielder. Davenport goes through the signs. Jack Sanford nods his head. He kicks and deals. And that is a 5-9. 5-9. Ground ball to second base. Up with it is Hiller. Side retired. But St. Louis scores first. 1-0 Cardinals. 4-3 goes Rothrock. So we go to the top of the second. And it's 1-0 Cardinals. OG, the original Grognard's in the chat. Hope all is well, my friend. Strat-O-Matic Delaware. 2 great channels. Check them out. Check out Living My Rhapsody. All wonderful channels. Military Strategy with OG, the original Grognard. And Strat-O-Matic Delaware. Lots of card and dice sports. And Living My Rhapsody, LMR. Oh, I like her. Don't you like everyone? Oh, I like them all, but I like her. All right, let's, again, let's control ourselves. No human resources. Oh, they like me. I go there all the time. Yes, we know you go to human resources all the time, White Die. LMR, Living My Rhapsody, Game of Thrones, Westworld, Doctor Who, amongst some shows he enjoys and speaks of. All right, we go to the top of the second, 1-0 St. Louis. Are we going back to the game? Yes, we're going back to the game. Due up for the Giants, Cepeda, Felipe Alou, and Willie McCovey. Dizzy Dean sent the Giants down 1-2-3. He's ready to work to the baby bull Cepeda, and that is a 1-8 off the Cepeda card. And that ball is struck well, and it's an 8. As I learned this trick from Strat-O-Matic Delaware, roll a 20-sided dice right off the bat. And as long as I don't pick it up like I did the other time, we're good. That's a home run. 1 through 9's a homer. It's an 8. So Cepeda has just tied this ball game up with a round tripper. Home run, baby bull. And it's 1-1 as he smashes that Dizzy Dean offering over the fence. It's a souvenir for an unhappy Cardinal fan. And Chrissy from Old Stones has jumped in the chat. She just comes by to say goodnight. Oh, I like her too. Have you met her? No, I just met her now. Oh, okay. White Die, you gotta control. I like everybody. Oh, okay. I want a hug. Hey, easy. Okay. Alrighty, so we've got the White Die under control. And here comes Felipe Alou. 1-1 ball game now. Dean's ready to work. He deals to Alou, and that is a 1-6 off the Alou card. 1-6, 1-6. What will it be? Ground ball to short. Leo the Lip DeRocher's up with it, and he throws to Rip Collins. 1 away. So that's 6-3. Nice play by the Lip, Leo DeRocher. And that will bring up stretch Willie McCovey. Dean deals quickly to McCovey. Oh, the White Die is trying to escape. He jumps the shark. He's on the run. He wants a hug. Where did the White Die go? And I got him before he leaves. Oh, I want a hug. You get back to work. I want a hug. I'll give you a hug. I don't want you to hug me. Well, you gotta. So we will re-roll the white die. And that's a 6. So it's a 6-8 off the Dizzy Dean card. 6-8 fly ball to right field. Under it, camping, waiting for it to come down, is Rothrock, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs, and I'll bring up Davenport, third baseman for the Giants. 1-1 ball game, thanks to the Cepeda homer to lead off the inning. Here's the pitch of Davenport, and that is a 5-6 off the Dean card. 5-6. He strikes him out, side retired. Dean picks up his first strikeout. But we have a 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second. Good night, LMR. Good night, old Chrissy. Due up for the Cardinals, Delancey, Davis, and Orsatti. Here's the pitch to the St. Louis catcher, and that is a 2-10 delivered from Sanford. So it's on the Delancey card. 2-10, fly ball out to Willie Mays. He's going back. He's there. He makes the catch. 1 down. Here comes Davis, the designated hitter. Virgil Davis, the backup catcher. DH. Sanford kicks and fires, and that is a 5-4. 5-4 off the Sanford card. 5-4. And this ball is struck well. And that's a 16, as I almost re-rolled the dice again. So that's a single. 1 through 4 would have been a triple. 5 through 20 is a single. So a single for Davis. 1 out, 1 on. Davis, a very slow runner. And now bring up Orsatti, the center fielder. Sanford picks up the sign. Here's the pitch to Orsatti, and that is a 5-6. A 5-6, and he strikes out Orsatti looking. So 2 down. Number 9 batter, Leo the Lip DeRocher. Davis will be off on contact. A few extra steps there. Here's the pitch to the Lip, Leo the Lip. And that is a 2-8. A 2-8 off the DeRocher card. Ground ball to Pagan. Over to Cepeda. Side retired. 6-3. We go. The top of the third. 1-1 ball game. Due up for the Giants. Holler, Pagan in the top of the order, Hiller. Holler, Giants catcher. Dean looks in, gets a sign from Delancey. Delancey sets a target. Here's the pitch, and that is a 2-6. A 2-6 to Tom Holler. 2-6, and he strikes out. So Dean picks up his second K. And that's back-to-back Ks because he struck out Davenport to end the top of the second. And here comes a shortstop number 9 batter, Jose Pagan. He awaits the Dizzy Dean offering. Pitch homeward bound. And that is a 6-9. 6-9 off the Dean card. 6 and a 9. Ground ball to DeRocher at short. He is a 1. There's an X there. Let's go to the handy-dandy basic fielding chart. We have rolled a 17, and let's put it right side up so we can actually see it. You need to be drug tested. You need to be quiet. Okay. So we go to the shortstop. DeRocher is a 1, and we rolled a 17. So a 1 and a 17 is an out, 6-3. So 2 up, 2 down. We go to the top of the order. And the second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Dean looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Picks up the sign. Here's the pitch to Hiller. And that is a 5-6. A 5-6 off the Dizzy Dean card. Strike 3, son. Go grab your glove on the bench and get out to the field. You have just K'd. So we go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-1 here in St. Louis. ID Gesture, how you doing, my friend? Check out that great channel. Has that new Dungeons and Dragons group with OG, the original Grognard, Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, Dog Sidious, Dialing Dew, and Herb Pilgrim. Awesome stuff. Live Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He also has many other things on his great channel, ID Gesture. Due up for the Cardinals, Martin, Frisch, and Collins to face Sanford. 1-1 ball game. So it's the top of the order here for the Gas House Gang. Here's the pitch to Pepper Martin. Will he have some pepper on it? And that is a 1-6 off the Martin card. 1-6. Ground ball to Pagan at short. He throws to Cepeda. 1 down. That's the second time Pepper Martin has played Pepper with the shortstop Pagan. So 1 out, no one on. Bottom of third, 1-1 ball game. That will bring up Frankie Frisch. Frisch tripled and scored on the Collins single. Here's the pitch to Frankie as the white die tried to escape, but we caught him. And that's triple snake eyes. That's a 1-2 to Frankie Frisch. 1-2. Ground ball, second base. Hiller's up with it. Over to Cepeda, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Collins. He singled and knocked in a run his first time up. Looking to keep the inning alive. Here's the pitch to Rip Collins. And that is a 2-10. A 2-10 off the Collins card. 2-10, and he strikes out. Side retired. So Sanford strikes out Collins. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-1 ball game here in St. Louis. Ken Castro has joined us in the chat, sports writer extraordinaire. Hope all is well. Good friend Ken Castro. Well, I think we met, about 2 weeks ago. Had a wonderful lunch on that Saturday. Hopefully we can do that again. Lots of fun with Ken Castro. Due up for the Giants. Top of the fourth, 1-1 ball game. Keene, Mays, and Cepeda. Cepeda homer to tie it in the second. Harvey Keene digs in. Here's the Dizzy Dean offering. And that is a 4-10 off the Dean card. 4-10. Catcher. We go to our catcher. And the catcher is Delancey. He's a 2 defensive rating. And we already rolled a 1. That's not going to be good. That's never good. A 2 and a 1. Well, works out okay. It's a pass ball, no one's on, and it's a strikeout. So after the wild, no one's on, so after the ball gets away from Delancey, Dizzy Dean bears down and strikes out Harvey Keene. 1 down, another strikeout for Dean. He now has 4. And here comes a say hey kid with 1 out, Willie Mays. Mays grounded out to first. Dean deals to Mays, and that is a 3-12 off the Mays card. 3-12, and Mays works a walk. Excellent patience. Didn't chase, so that's a walk. Go ahead, run at first, the speedy Willie Mays. And Cepeda's coming up. Alou behind him. Willie Mays stealing is an A. They're holding him on, so an A stealer. But we have Cepeda coming up. An A stealer is 1 through 15. They're holding him on. That's -2, so it's 1 through 13. 1 through 13, he is safe. But he's going to stay put. As Cepeda, who homered in his first at-bat, steps to the plate, digs in. Dean picks up the sign from Delancey. He rocks and fires to Cepeda, hoping for a better result than the first at-bat from the Baby Bull, and that is a 3-7. A 3-7, and he does get a better result. He strikes him out swinging on the breaking pitch. So another strikeout for Dizzy Dean. Mays will be off on contact. Here comes Felipe Alou. He grounded to short his first time up. And Willie Mays is going to go now. 1 through 13, he's safe. And that's a 1. He steals second. So Willie Mays, with 2 outs, steals second. He's in scoring position. He is the go-ahead run. Lou has a duck he can knock in off the pond. Dean peeks over his shoulder, now looks in at the plate, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Felipe Alou, and that is a 5-12 off the Dean card. 5-12, ground ball to second. Frisch dives, knocks it down, gets up, grabs it, throws to first, side retired. Mays stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 1-1 here in St. Louis. JD, how you doing, my friend? Another wonderful channel. Check that out, JD. Lots of good video game play there, as well as he's a wonderful author. Due up for the Cardinals of 1934. Medwick, Rothrock, and Delancey. To face Jack Sanford back out on the mound. 1-1 ball game. The 62 Giants versus the 32 Cardinals. And here's the pitch to Ducky Medwick. And that is a 5-2 off the Sanford card. 5-2 ground ball back to Sanford. He snares it, throws to Cepeda. 1 down. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. Now bring up the right fielder, Jack Rothrock. Rothrock grounded to second his first time up. Here's the pitch to Rothrock. And that is a 1-6 off the Jack Rothrock card. 1-6. And he hits this ball well. It's a 10, and that is a single. So a hard hit single by Rothrock. 1 out, 1 on. Rothrock is a 1 through 15 base runner, a C stealer. And here comes the catcher, Delancey. He flew out to Willie Mays in center. Sanford looks over. Cepeda holding on Rothrock. Now looks in at Haller. Here's the pitch. Oh! 20-sided dice jumped the shark. Come back over here. See, it's just not me. Quiet, white die. Here's the pitch. And that is a 6-9. 6-9 off the Sanford card. 6-9, and that's a walk. So Delancey shows excellent patience. Rothrock moves up to second on the ball 4 to Delancey. So 1 out, first and second. Go ahead run in scoring position in Rothrock. He's a 1 through 15 base runner. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Virgil Davis. Davis singled his first time up, hoping for the same result, if not better. Here's the pitch to Davis, and that is a 3-11 off the Davis card. 3-11, and he's jammed, and that is a pop-up towards third. And Davenport has it. We're not playing injuries, so we're just going to take the out. And that's out number 2. Pop out to third. So 2 outs, 2 on. Runners will be off on contact for Ernie Orsatti, the center fielder. He struck out against Sanford. He awaits the Sanford offering. Sanford kicks and fires. That is a 6-9 off the Sanford card. 6-9, and Orsatti works a walk. Will the walks come back to haunt Jack Sanford? Bases juiced. Rothrock moves to third. Delancey to second. Orsatti takes his base at first. And here comes Leo the Lip DeRocher. Leo DeRocher. Number 9 batter, the shortstop. Grounded to short. His first time up. Here's the pitch to the Lip. And that is a 5-10. 5-10 ground ball, third base. Davenport, an excellent defensive third baseman for the Giants. He is a 1, and it's a 13. I believe this inning will be over as we go to the handy-dandy basic fielding chart. Third base, flip the chart, and that is a 1, as Davenport is a 1 fielder. And a 13, he is out. Davenport throws to first, and that is 5-3. So Sanford gets out of the bases loaded jam, and the Cardinals, will they regret stranding the bases loaded and getting no runs? Usually you always do regret that. Good night, JD. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. We go to the top of the fifth, still tied 1-1 here in St. Louis. Due up for the Giants, McCovey, Davenport, and Holler to face Dizzy Dean. It's been quite a pitcher's duel between Jack Sanford, who was 24-7 in 62 with a 3.43 earned run average, and Dizzy Dean, who was 30-7 with a 2.65 earned run average in 1934. Here's Stretch McCovey. Dean's ready to work. Here's the pitch to Stretch, and that is a 1-4. A 1-4 off the McCovey card. 1-4. That's a ground ball to Frisch at second. He throws to Rip Collins. One away. 4-3 goes McCovey. Now bring up the third baseman Davenport. He struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch from Dean to Davenport, and that is a 3-4 off the Davenport card. 3-4, and that is a 1-13 single. The 20-sided die is an 8, so that's a single. A single for Davenport. Go ahead, run at first. Davenport, 1-13 base runner. And now bring up the catcher, Tom Holler. He struck out his first time up against Dizzy Dean. Dean rocks and fires. Here's the pitch to Holler. That is a 2-3, a 2-3 to Tom Holler. 2-3, and that's a walk. So Davenport moves up into scoring position. Holler takes first on the base on balls. 1 out, 2 on, tying a go-ahead run in scoring position. And here's the number 9 batter, the shortstop, Jose Pagan, He grounded out to his counterpart his first time up. Here's the pitch to Pagan, and that is a 1-7. A 1-7, and he walks. So Dizzy Dean is having some control issues. Bases juiced as Davenport goes to third. Holler to second. Pagan to first. After the first batter, McCovey grounded out to second. Davenport singles. Holler and Pagan walk. 1-1 ball game. 1 out. Top of the order, second baseman Hiller steps to the plate. Cardinals, Frisch and DeRocher pinch the middle, hoping for Toon. Dean takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. Here's the pitch to Hiller, and that is a 1-6 to Chuck Hiller. 1-6, and that's a single. And the Giants take the lead as Davenport scores. Single to center. Do we want it? So it's 2-1, single to center. Holler 1-13, 1 out. Let me just check the base runner advance chart. 1-13. That's advanced strategy. 1-13. Well, that's over here. Excuse me. Do we want to send him 1-13? 1 out. He doesn't get the extra jump. It stays at, I think it stays at 1-13. With 2 outs, he gets the extra jump. We're going to hold him. We'll keep bases loaded with 1 out. So an RBI single for Hiller. It's 2-1, 62 Giants. Holler's at third. Pagan's at second. And Hiller's at first for Harvey Keene. He is grounded to third and struck out. 2-1 Giants. Dean, the windup and the pitch to Harvey Keene, and that is a 3-4 off the Keene card. 3-4, and that is a double. 1 through 10 would have been a homer. The 20-sided die is a 14, and there's 2 stars next to it. So 2 runners will score as the runners advance 2 bases. So Keene doubles. Scoring on the play are Holler from second, and Holler from third, Pagan from second. It's now 4-1. And Hiller goes to third, so it's second and third as Dizzy Dean's getting roughed up here in the top of the 5th, and it's 4-1 Giants. And now I'll bring up Willie Mays with Cepeda on deck. Cepeda's already homered. Mays, the say hey kid, has grounded back to the pitcher, walked and stolen the base. Here's the pitch to Mays. And that is a 5-10 off the Dean card. 5-10. 5-10 fly ball to center field. It's a B. Or Santi's there. He makes a catch, but it's a fly ball B. Fly ball B. Batter is out on fly out. Runner on third scored. Do we have a runner on third? Yes, we do. So Hiller scores on the sac fly by Mays. And it's now 5-1. So that's a sac fly to center. And an RBI for Willie Mays. 2 outs. Keene's on second. He'll be off on contact. As the 62 Giants have erupted here. Dizzy Dean's on the ropes. They're looking for the kill. And trying to provide the knockout blow is the baby bull Orlando Cepeda. He homered his first time up to tie the game. He struck out in the 4th. 5-1. 62 Giants over the 34 Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Cepeda, and that is a 5-6 off the Dean card. 5-6, and he strikes out Cepeda for the second time, but a little too late if you're a Cardinal fan. The Giants score 4. They now lead 5-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Cardinals. They got to get their bats going. The top of the order, Martin, Frisch, and Collins. Hello, Comics Core. How you doing, my friend? Check out that channel. Hope all is well. Any new comic books that you've picked up? Give us a little taste, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Always good to see everyone. Alrighty. So here is Pepper Martin to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. The windup and the pitch from Sanford. And the white die almost jumped. That's a 1. Good catch. Be nice, white die. And that is a 1-8 off the Martin card. 1-8. Fly ball to left. Keene makes the catch. 1 away. So Martin flies to left field. Now bring up Frankie Frisch. Frisch tripled and scored in the 1st after Collins singled. He's 1 for 2. He's also grounded to second. Sanford picks up the sign from Holler. Here's the pitch to Frankie Frisch. And that is a 3-12 off the Frisch card. And that's a line drive out to Cepeda at first. He makes the leaping catch. That ball was slated to go down the line for extra bases, but Cepeda makes the catch. Again, we're not playing with injuries. So that's a line out. So 2 up, 2 down. Here comes Rip Collins. He's knocked in the only run with an RBI single in the bottom of the 1st. He's also struck out in the 3rd, trying to keep the inning alive and get it to Ducky Metwick. Here's the pitch to Rip Collins. And that is a 2 9. A 2-9 off the Collins card. 2-9, and he strikes out. Side is retired. So Jack Sanford has settled down after giving up a run in the first. Sanford and the Giants go to the top of the 6th with a 5-1 lead. Due up for San Francisco, Felipe Alou, Willie McCovey, and Jim Davenport. Alou is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and second. Here's the pitch to Felipe from Dizzy Dean, and that is a 110 off the Felipe Alou card, who played minor league baseball for the Springfield, Massachusetts Giants. And that is a 110, and Felipe Alou singles. So the Giants has figured out the Dizzy Dean puzzle, that's for sure. So that's his first hit. He's 1 for 3, Alou. Alou, 1 through 16 base runner, C base stealer, though. Here comes Willie Stretch McCovey. He's flown to right and grounded to second. Gets his third chance at Dizzy Dean. He awaits the Dean offering. Here's the pitch by Dizzy, and that is a 2-8. A 2-8 off the McCovey card. 2-8, and McCovey goes down swinging. That's a strikeout. So 1 out, 1 on. Double play ball will get the 34 Cardinals out of this inning. Here comes Davenport, the third baseman. He has singled and struck out, scored a run. Davenport digs in. Here's the pitch from Dean, and that is a 6-5 off the Dean card. 6-5, fly ball to left. And that's out number 2. As camping under it is Ducky Medwick. It is a fly ball B, but there's no one at third, so the runner holds at first. 2 outs. Alou will be off on contact. Gets an extra couple of steps, and here comes Holler, the catcher. He has struck out, walked, and scored. Dean, arms down to his chest. The big leg kick and the pitch to Tom Holler, Giants catcher. That is a 5-9 off the Dean card. 5-9, that's a strikeout. Side retired. So Dean gives up a single but strikes out 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it's still 5-1 San Francisco Giants. The winner might be taking on the 27 Yankees this coming week, who defeated the 61 Tigers. Maybe just have a little mini tournament. All right, so here comes Ducky Medwick to lead things off, followed by Jack Rothrock and Bill Delancey. Ducky Medwick, the Duck. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and grounded to the pitcher. Like to get the ball out of the infield, preferably a base hit. Here's the pitch to Medwick, and that is a 2-10 to Ducky Medwick. 2-10. And that ball, he's gotten it out of the infield, folks. He crushes that ball. He's going to touch them all. That is a home run to dead center. Ducky Medwick, who had 18 home runs in 1934, has just monster mashed, in a big way, a Jack Sanford offering, and touches home plate and is greeted by Jack Rothrock and heads back to a little happier St. Louis Cardinal dugout as Medwick homers. And it's now 5-2 Giants. Cardinals pulled to within 3. And here comes Jack Rothrock. Rothrock, the right fielder, 1 for 2. He singled his last at bat. Prior to that, he grounded to second. Here's the pitch to Rothrock, and that is a 5-6 off the Sanford card. 5-6, and good gosh almighty, this ball's driven high and deep. Going back in center field is Mays. He's not going to get there. He leaps. He bangs into the wall. It's going to be a double. As 1 through 10 would have been a homer, it's a 16. So Rothrock picks up his second hit. Here comes the Gas House Gang. A home run and now a double by Rothrock. 1 through 15 base runner. Striding to the plate is the catcher Bill Delancey. He has flown out to Mays and walked. Take care, Jake. Thank you for stopping by. Going out to have a word with his pitcher is Tom Holler. Sanford says he's okay. Holler back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Delancey, man at second, and that is a 2-9. A 2-9 off the Delancey card, and that's a strikeout. So a big way of coming back by Sanford. He picks up the K. That's the first out of the inning. So 1 out. Rothrock's at second. Here comes the designated hitter, Virgil Davis. He has singled and popped out to third. Davis, 9 home runs in 34. A little bit of pop in that bat. Digs in, ready to grip and rip. Here's the pitch from Sanford to Davis. And that is a 4-7. A 4-7 off the Sanford card. 4-7 ground ball to Hiller at second. Hiller is a 3 defender. We've rolled a 2. That's going to be a base hit most likely because that's a 2 on the 20-sided dice. So a 3 defender and a 2, and that's a single. Runners advance 2 bases. So scoring all the way from second quite easily, actually, is Rothrock on the RBI 1-out single by Davis, the DH. He's now 2 for 3 with a ribby. It's a single. And an RBI as Rothrock scores easily, hustling all the way, but he scored easily from second. So it's now 5-3. Here come the Cardinals. Davis, not a good base runner at all, 1 through 10. Center fielder Ernie Orsatti steps to the plate. He has struck out and walked. 5-3 Giants. Sanford in a bit of a pickle here. Here's the pitch to Orsatti, and that is a 4-9, a 4-9 off the Sanford card. Fly ball to center field. Mays is there. He makes the catch for out number 2. Davis retreats back to first, so 2 outs. 5-3 ball game. San Francisco up. And here comes the number 9 batter, Leo the Lip DeRocher. He's grounded to short and grounded to third. Davis will be off on contact. Gets a couple extra steps with 2 outs. The windup and the pitch to DeRocher. And that is a 5-8. A 5-8 off the Jack Sanford card. The pitcher, 5-8. DeRocher, line shot, diving catch by Pagan at short as he robs his counterpart of a hit, side retired. So that's a line out to Pagan. But the Giants score 2. They pulled to within 2. It's now 5-3. We go to the top of the 7th here in St. Louis. The 1962 Giants are up on the 34 Cardinals. Due up for the Giants, Pagan in the top of the order, Hiller and Keene. Jose Pagan has grounded to short and walked. Dean's ready to work. He deals to Pagan, and that is a 1-2 triple snake eyes. 1-2 ground ball, hard hit to third. Martin is up with it, and he throws to Collins across the diamond for out number 1. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. Top of the order now. Second baseman, Chuck Hiller. Hiller is lined out to second, struck out, and had an RBI single in his last at-bat. Let's see what he'll do in the top of the 7th. The windup and the pitch from Dean. Hiller, 1-5 off the Hiller card. 1-5. And that is a 4, and that's a single, a hard hit single. If it was a 1, it would have been a double, so another single for Hiller. He's now 2 for 4. Hiller's at first, 1 out. That's the wrong column. Cardinals move to double play depth with Frankie Frisch at second and Leo the Lip DeRocher at short. Dean will now face Harvey Keene. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and struck out. Keen 304 batting average with 10 homers. Here's the pitch to Harvey, and that is a 6-10. A 6-10 ground ball to DeRocher at short. He's an excellent shortstop. He's a 1. The 20-sided dice is a 10. Let's check this out. So shortstop, 1, 10. It's a 3, possible double play ball. Runner on first is out, going to second, providing there is 1 completion of the double play. Other runner, it's a double play, inning over. So that goes 6 to 4 to 3 as Hiller is forced out at second. We go to the bottom of the 7th here in St. Louis. Nice turn by Leo the Lip DeRocher. And it's still 5-3 Giants. Due up in the bottom of the 7th. The top of the order for the 34 Cardinals. Pepper Martin, Frankie Frisch, and Rip Collins. Pepper Martin looking to get something going here. Martin's 0 for 3. He's grounded out to short twice and flown out to Keenan left. Here's the pitch from Sanford to Martin, and it's not with love. And that is a 6-4 off the Jack Sanford card. 6-4. And Sanford jams him. It's a pop-up, sky high, second base. Chuck Hiller's calling for it. He makes the catch, 1 down. I'll bring up Frankie Frisch. He tripled and scored in the first. Since then, he's grounded to second and lined hard to first base. Sanford kicks and fires, and the pitch to Frankie Frisch is a 6-10. A 6-10 off the Sanford card. 6-10 fly ball, center field. Willie Mays racing back. He is a 1 center fielder, and it's a 12 on the 20-sided die. 1-12, and he makes the diving catch in the gap for out number 2. Willie Mays just robbed Frankie Frisch of extra bases. What a catch by the Say Hey kid. So 2 outs, no one on, 5-3 lead for San Francisco. Rip Collins steps to the plate to try to keep the inning alive. Remember, Rip Collins had 35 home runs in 34 with a .333 batting average. 1 swing in the bat could pull the Cardinals to within 1. Sanford and his catcher Tom Holler are well aware of this. He nods his head. Holler sets a target. Here's the pitch to Rip Collins. Will he rip one? And that is a 3-4. A 3-4. And Rip Collins has just ripped one out of the ballpark as the fans here in St. Louis go nuts. Collins crushes the ball. And that goes out to left. A no-doubter for Rip Collins. And it's now a 5-4 game. So there is no ripcord for Jack Sanford, that's for sure. Home run, Rip Collins. He's now 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and he struck out twice. 5-4. 34 Cardinals pulled it within 1 of the 62 Giants. So 2 outs, no one on for Ducky Medwick, the cleanup hitter. Medwick had 18 homers with a .319 batting average in 1934 for the Gas House Gang. He's also homered in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Prior to that, he grounded to first and grounded back to the pitcher. Can he pick up his second homer? Here's the pitch to Ducky Medwick, and that is a 5-12 off the Sanford card. 5-12. 5-12, fly ball out to left field. Keen, not the best fielder out there. Racing towards the ball. He has a bead on it. We have to go to the fielding chart. That is a 6. And Keen, the left fielder, is a 3. So he's below average. So a 3 and a 6. And Harvey Keen makes the diving catch. Side retired. So unbelievably, Mays and Keen rob extra bases from the Cardinals. Mays on Frisch, Keen on Ducky Medwick. But St. Louis gets 1 on the solo blast by Rip Collins. We go to the top of the 8th, 5-4 here, folks. 5-4. here in St. Louis. The winner will take on the 27 Yankees in our little mini tournament that I've just decided. Yankees crushed the 61 Tigers, and you could say Lou Gehrig had quite a day. Due up for San Francisco, Mays, Cepeda, and Lou. San Francisco needs some insurance runs here. They're only up 1. Dean deals to Willie Mays, and that is a 4-6 off the Dizzy Dean card. 4-6. 4-6, and that's a single for Willie Mays. So Mays singles, and he's definitely a base running threat. That's his first hit. He has grounded to the pitcher. He walked, stole the base, was stranded at second. Then he had a sac fly for an RBI. He's now singled. They're holding him on. So that's 1 through 13 because he's an A base stealer. That's 1 through 15. Holding on, you -2. And here comes Orlando Cepeda. Mays will stay put. Cepeda 1 for 3. Struck out twice, but in the second inning, he tied the ball game up with a home run. The baby bull awaits the Dizzy Dean offering. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, and it is a 3-8 off the Cepeda card. 3-8, and he strikes out on the off-speed pitch. That's his 3rd strikeout. He has the hat trick, the one you don't like. So 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Felipe Alou. Felipe Alou's 1 for 3. He's grounded to short, grounded to second, and singled in his last at-bat. And Mays is going to attempt to steal here. He needs a 1 through 13. And he is out. It's a 15 as Willie Mays is thrown out by Bill Delancey. And that goes 2-4. 2-4. Caught stealing. So Willie Mays is thrown out. That's a huge play by Delancey. So 2 outs, base is empty now for Felipe Alou. Digs back in the batter's box. Felipe had 25 home runs. Here's the pitch from Dean to Alou. And that is a 3 as the white dice tried to jump. I did, but you caught me. Yes, I did. Quick hands. Oh, you're so good. So that is a 3-5. And thank God they threw Willie Mays out. And that's a 17. A 1 would have been a triple. And everything else is a single with 2 stars next to it, which would have scored Mays from first. So it's a single. So Delancey's throwing out Mays is huge right now. Still 5-4. And Felipe Alou is a C stealer. He's staying put. They're holding him on. Here comes Willie Stretch McCovey, 0 for 3. He's flown out to right, grounded to second, struck out in his last at-bat. Left-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Dean to McCovey, and that is a 5-12. Whoops. A 5-12 off the Dean card. 5-12, ground ball, second base. The ball's knocked down by Frankie Frisch in the hole. He picks it up, throws the first, side retired. 4-3, scoring at home. Still 5-4. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Giants squandered an opportunity when Mays was thrown out by Delancey. Will they rue the day? We shall see. Bottom of the 8th. Sanford still on the mound. He will face Delancey, Davis, and Orsatti. This could be his last inning. We shall see. 24-game winner in 62. Face Rothrock. Rothrock, Delancey, and Davis. Rothrock, 2 for 3. Grounded to second the first time up. Singled, stranded at third. And doubled and scored in that 2-run rally in the bottom of the 6th. Looking to get things started here in the top of the 8th. Sanford works quickly to Rothrock, and that is a 2-9, and that's a 1 through 15 is a single, and it's a 1 on the 20-sided die, so Rothrock singles. Tying run at first base, and he picks up his third hit. Now 3 for 4. Rothrock, a C stealer, 1 through 15 base runner, though. And here comes Delancey. The catcher is 0 for 2. He's flown to center, walked, and struck out. And I think we're going to bunt. Let's see what the basic bunt chart is, as we have to play the basic game. They don't have advanced numbers on these old basic cards. Bunting, sacrifice bunt. We roll both die. The lower the roll, obviously, the better. So anything 8 and under is a good bunt. So Delancey, who is 0 for 3, will square to bunt. He needs under an 8, and it's a 4, so it's a good bunt. 4 and 5, batter is thrown out by pitcher, runner advances. So the tying run's now at second, as Rothrock's at second. Again, 1 through 15 base runner. Delancey with the sack bunt, and he is out 1 to 3, but he gets his job done. Tying run in Rothrock is at second, 1 through 15. Let me just take a quick look. Advancing base runners. Obviously, he scores on a double. On a single, for additional realistic results, when there are 2 outs, I know that. If there's only 1 out, let's see. His first refers to the lead runner's running rating, found in the upper right-hand corner. If the number falls on or between, so it just goes off his runner number when he's on second. They don't even do the hold on thing, but I'm doing that because I know you can do that in the advanced game, and I like that. So you're obviously not going to hold a runner on at second. So it's just going to go off his number. And he is the Rothrock's 1 through 15. So Davis, chance to tie the ball game up. Giants up 5 to 4, tying run for St. Louis at second base in Rothrock. Davis is 2 for 3 with a ribby. He singled, popped out to third, and singled with an RBI his last time up. Sanford's ready to work. He deals to Virgil Davis, the designated hitter. That is a 3-8. A 3-8, and that's a 1 through 3 is a single, and it's a 1. Holy cow. It's a 1. So he fights off a tough inside pitch for a single. He bloops it in there. And let's look. I think there's a double asterisk next to it, 2 stars. Nope, only 1 star. 1 star. So Rothrock can only advance to third. If there were no stars, we could have took a shot, I believe. I would have took a shot. So first and third as Davis picks up his third hit, his third single. First and third, 1 out. And here comes the center fielder, Orsanti. And he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Orsanti batted 300. Chance to tie the ball game up here. Holler goes out to the mound with the pitching coach. Jack Sanford says, I'm fine. I won 24 games in 62. Leave me alone. Here's the pitch to Orsanti from Sanford, and that is a 2-7. Will it be a lucky 7? We'll see. It'll be lucky for someone. 2-7. Hard hit ball to first. Backhanded by Cepeda. Over to Pagan. Back to first. Sanford covers the bag. Double play. Side retired. What a double play. You won't see anyone any other one finer, as that goes to Cepeda, 3-6-1. Sanford covering the bag. Double play. We go to the top of the ninth, still 5-4. San Francisco. As Rothrock is stranded at third. Due up for the Giants, the bottom third of their order, Davenport, Holler, and Pagan. Dizzy Dean still in the game. He's not coming out. He's Dizzy Dean. He won 30 games. Dean's ready to work. Davenport's in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. And that is a 3-6 to Davenport. 3-6, ground ball to third. Up with it is Pepper Martin. He throws to Rip Collins. One down. 5-3 for that first out in the scorebook. Here comes the catcher, Tom Holler. And Holler is 0 for 2. He has walked, scored a run, but he's struck out twice. Dean wanting to make quick work of Holler. He kicks and fires. Here's the pitch to Holler, and that is a 3-8 off the Holler card. 3-8, and a 1-7 is a single, and it's a 2 on the 20-sided die, so that's a single for Holler. And he picks up his first hit. 1 out, 1 on for the number 9 batter, Jose Pagan. 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, walked, and grounded to third. Now it's the Cardinals' turn to look for a double play. Here's the pitch to Pagan from Dean, and that is a 3-9 off the Pagan card. 3-9, that's a fly ball to center. Santi's there. He makes the catch. Getting back to first base is Holler. So 2 outs. Holler will be off on contact. He'll have a couple extra steps. Now to bring up the top of the order, Chuck Hiller, second baseman, is 2 for 4. He has lined out to second, struck out, singled, knocking in a run, and then singled and was out on a 6-4-3 double play. 5-4, top of the ninth. 62 Giants on top of the 34 Cardinals. At first base is Holler. As I stated, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Chuck Hiller, and that is a 3-5 off the Hiller card. 3-5, 1 through 9's a single, and it's a 1. Giants continue to fight off the tough pitches for hits with an asterisk of a 1, so the base runner advances an additional, well, if you only advance 1, is that 1 extra base? No, I don't think so. 1, 2. So Holler moves up to second and stops. I believe that's how that works. And Hiller picks up a single. Dizzy Dean looks at his catcher, signals he's fine, waves him back behind the plate. 2 outs, 2 on, 2 outs, 5-4 Giants over the Cardinals, 1962 Giants over the Gas House Gang, 34 Cardinals. Here's Harvey Keene. He is grounded to third, struck out. Singled. I think that was a single. I didn't mark it. And banged into a double play. Trying to make amends here. Runners will be off on contact. Dean deals to Keene. Will he be Keene on the pitch? 4-5 off the Dizzy Dean card. 4-5, 1 through 9. Unbelievable. Is a double. And what did we roll on the 20-sided die? A 1. That's 2 1s in a row, excuse me. And that's a double. And that's going to be some important insurance runs here for the 62 Giants, as they hope to have a date with destiny with the 27 Yankees. And that's 2 stars or asterisks. So easily scoring from second is Holler. And it is now 6-4. And going first to third is Hiller on the 2-out double by Harvey Keene. Picks up an RBI. And he's at first. So it's first and third, 2 outs. And here comes Willie Mays. This could be Dizzy Dean's last batter. Giants now up by 2. Here's the pitch to the Say Hey Kid. And that is a 4-4. A one's a home run. That ball is deep. Racing back is the right fielder, Rothrock. He's at the track. He leaps and he makes the catch, robbing Willie Mays of extra bases as the 20-sided dice was finally not a 1. It was a 9. Side is retired. Nice play. Actually, great play by Rothrock. And that will keep hope alive for the 34 Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 6-4. The winner will take on the 27 Yankees, who were victorious as they crushed the Tigers. But having one heck of a day for the 27 Yankees was the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. I suggest you check it out. Bottom of the 9th, due up Leo the Lip DeRocher. Then the top of the order, Pepper Martin and Frankie Frisch. Cardinals trail by 2. And I think, let's see who we have for San Francisco pitchers. I mean, Sanford did win 24 games. I'm not quite sure of the fatigue rule in basic. And to be honest with you, these guys pitched back then. So I'm not worried about him going the full game. Stu Miller, 4.12. I don't think so. Billy Odell, he was a starter. Mike McCormick was a reliever and a starter. And he has a over 5 ERA. He's not coming in. Billy Pierce, starter. Bob Bolin, starter reliever, 3.62. Don Larson, reliever, 4.40. And then we have 3 bench players. All right, we have Juan Marichal, he's a starter. Stu Miller's a reliever, 4.12. We might stick with Sanford for these last 3 outs. Billy Odell's a starter. Mike McCormick can start or relieve, 5.36. I don't like that ERA. Billy Pierce, 3.50 is a starter. Bob Bolin, starter or reliever, 3.62. 3.62. And Don Larson, who pitched a perfect game in the World Series for the Yankees in the 50s, is in the bullpen here for the Giants. But he's got, we're going to stick with Sanford. So Sanford's going to try to get these final 3 outs in a complete game. And here's Leo the Lip DeRocher. The shortstop is 0 for 3. He's grounded to short, grounded to third, and lined out to short as Pagan made a diving catch, robbing DeRocher of a hit. Sanford kicks and fires to Leo the Lip DeRocher. That is a 3-4 off the DeRocher card. 3-4, and he's jammed. That's a pop-up towards third, and Davenport makes the catch. 1 down. Giants 2 outs away from a date with destiny, and the 27 Yankees in Murderer's Row. Top of the order, Pepper Martin, Frankie Frisch on deck. Pepper Martin, 0 for 4. He's grounded to short twice, flown out to Harvey Keene, who made a diving catch to rob him of extra bases. Actually, that was Medwick. He does a Norma flyout, excuse me. And his last at-bat, he popped out to the second baseman, Hiller. He needs to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. 1 out. 6-4 Giants over the 34 Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Pepper Martin. Frankie Frisch on deck. And it is a 5-3 off the Sanford card. 5-3 ground ball. Hard hit back to the pitcher. Sanford knocks it down, picks it up, throws to Cepeda. And that's 2 down. So the last hope is Frankie Frisch. Giants 1 out away from punching their ticket to go to New York to take on the 27 Yankees. Ruth and Gehrig. Frankie Frisch has tripled and scored. He's grounded to second, lined hard to first, and flown out to Mays. Mays racing back and making a diving catch in the gap. Now Frisch needs to get on to get to Rip Collins. Collins has homered. Here's the pitch to Frankie Frisch, the last hope for the Gas House Gang, the 1934 Cardinals, and it is a 2-5. A 2 and a 5, and Frankie Frisch keeps hope alive with a single. Frankie Frisch singles his first hit since the first when he tripled. And here comes the tying run to the plate in Rip Collins. And again, decision time. Will we stick with Stanford? We really don't have too good of a bullpen. Juan Marichal, if they win, will pitch the second game in our little mini tournament against the Yankees. And I think Billy Pierce is a 3.50 earned run average. Starter reliever. He might come in for the final out. Billy Pierce, 16-6 with a 3.50 earned run average. Struck out 76, walked only 35. 3.50. Stanford has a 3.43. And you know what? Collins has singled and homered, but also struck out twice against Stanford. Billy Pierce is ready in the pen. He allowed 19 home runs. Stanford gave up 23, as we saw. Here comes Billy Pierce out of the pen. Jack Stanford, none too happy. He's gone 8 2/3, excuse me. He can win it. He cannot lose it. First is his responsibility at first. Billy Pierce comes in. Again, Pierce, 16-6. He started and relieved for the 62 Giants. ERA 3.50. He's asked to get the final out here for the Giants against the 34 Cardinals in the bottom of the ninth. Tying run at the plate, Rip Collins, 2 for 4. He singled and homered, sandwiched in between 2 strikeouts. Collins would really like to get that 3 column. 4, 5, and 6 are home. Well, 4 and 5 are straight out homers. 6 is a homer 1 through 11, double 12 through 20. Going out to the mound to have a word with Pierce is Tom Holler. And all set, back behind the plate. Pounds the mitt, sets the target. Pierce takes a deep breath, hands down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Rip Collins. He's the tying run at the plate. Giants up 6-4, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. And that is a 4 and a 5. A 4-5. 4 and a 5. Rip Collins hits this ball deep. The 20-sided die is a 20, and that's going to be off the wall as Collins just misses a game-tying home run. 1 through 4 would have been a homer. 5 through 20 is a double, but it's 2 stars and scoring all the way from first. Actually, 2 stars. As Frisch stops at third. I mean, he would go to third anyway. That's what I don't get. So Rip Collins doubles with 2 outs. He just missed the game-tying home run. And breathing a sigh of relief is a San Francisco dugout. But they're not out of the woods yet, folks. Tying run at second. Go-ahead run at the plate in Ducky Medwick. And he's homered. He's 1 for 4. A home run came in the bottom of the 6th. He's grounded to third, grounded to the pitcher, homered, and was robbed by Harvey Keene with a diving catch in left. Let me just look at that again here. 5 through 20 is a double with 2 asterisks. those are 2 additional bases, I believe. He's already going to hit second. So I think he scores. There's no way he stops it. I mean, he doubles. There's 2 asterisks. He's already going. That's 2 additional bases. Third and home. So it's 6-5 now. Tying run at second as Collins picks up the RBI, and that's his third. That's his third of the game for Rip Collins. And it's up to Ducky Medwick now. Billy Pierce between a rock and a hard place. No place to hide out in that mound. Takes a deep breath, toes the rubber, looks in at Holler. Again, arms down to his chest. Here's the pitch to Medwick. Ball game on the line. And that is a 6-8. A 6-8 off the Pierce card. 6-8. Ground ball to short. And Pagan, the shortstop for the Giants, is a 2. And that's a 14. I believe this ball game will be over. And the Giants will advance, but let's make it official to face the 27 Yankees. So that's a 2 shortstop and a 14. 2, 14. Pagan's up with it. He throws to Cepeda. Ball game over. The Cardinals pick up 1, but 1 is not enough. As San Francisco, the 1962 Giants, hold on 6-5 and defeat the 1934 Cardinals, and they have a date with destiny in the Bronx with the 27 Yankees and Ruth and Gehrig. So the winning pitcher is Sanford, and picking up the save is Pierce. The losing pitcher, he goes the distance, is Dizzy Dean. Player of the game, let's just take a quick look. I'm not going to tabulate the stats as it's 1 a.m. and I got to go to work for a half day tomorrow on Columbus Day. Yes, I call it Columbus Day. Do you know why? Because it's Columbus Day. Player of the game, well, Rip Collins for the losing team. 3 for 5. A home run and 3 ribbies, a double and a single. He did strike out twice, so he's player of the game definitely for the Cardinals. For the Giants, their hits were all pretty much paced out to the whole team. Willie Mays, player of the game. I don't have one for the Giants just yet. Just looking, everything really, no one knocked in extra RBIs. Everyone pretty much knocked in 1. The big inning for the Giants was the top of the 5th. They knocked in 4. That spelled doom for the Cardinals. They never could recover from it. And then the additional run in the top of the 9th, that was a clutch hit by Harvey Keene as he doubled in Holler. Well, I'm going to player of the game right now. I'm leaning to Jack Sanford, the starting pitcher. He picks up the win. The save goes to Pierce. Now, Red Sox fans saying, I hope you enjoyed it as we entered the Twilight Zone with some Card and Dice Basic for my original 1984 Strat-O-Matic set with the 83 season. So the Yankees of 1927 crushed the Tigers earlier in the day. And now, in a thriller down to the wire, the 1962 Giants with Willie Mays defeat Dizzy Dean in the Gas House game. The 1934 Cardinals by 1, 6-5. The Cardinals got 1, but didn't get any more in the bottom of the 9th. So, coming up on the channel for our next Card and Dice will be from New York and the house that Ruth built in the Bronx, the 1962 Cardinals versus the 1927 Yankees. I'd like to say thank you to Jake Cruz, Comic Corps, JD, Ken Castro, ID Gesture, Living My Rhapsody, Chrissy of Old Stones, the original Grognard, Strat-O-Matic Delaware, that's Chris, and Mr. Utah Mike. All wonderful people. Please check them all out. Most of them have content on their channels. Thank you once again. Health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. You know what's coming. Well, what is coming? Well, you know what's coming, White Die. I don't know. Peace. God bless and peace. Oh, yeah. So God bless and peace. Bye-bye.